Actually start the recording for our meeting. Thank you everyone for joining Affordable Housing Trust meeting here on September 9th, 2025. We have a relatively short agenda tonight, just one item that we want to cover, which is small grant proposal number 16. Amy sent that out in advance. And Amy, if you'd like to go ahead and jump in and share some detail there, that'd be terrific.
All right. So thank you very much. As you saw on the cover sheet, this individual is in a pretty dire situation. Emergency personnel had expressed concerns after being to the home for a wellness visit. Henry confirmed all of this information after conducting an inspection. The home is at serious risk of being condemned. There are some structural concerns that make it unsafe for emergency personnel to enter the home, and that's what we are seeking financial assistance through the trust or through this grant program to help with, which meets the parameters of the program. The individual only makes $35,000 a year, well, just under $36,000, $35,940 a year. There are structural concerns to the home. One contractor has been out to the home and provided an estimate to fix the immediate concerns at the cost of $6,100.38. This individual is working with Minuteman Senior Services through the protective services side of things. And what we're looking for is help from the program in order to provide the financial assistance to address these concerns. The resident struggles financially, and the reason that these things have gone unattended to is because he doesn't have the financial means to address them.
Mm-hmm. So, Amy, I think there's no question that there's need here, right, to make the repair. It's very valid. With the money that we would be willing to contribute or able to contribute, the $6,100, potentially up to $7,500, will that make the home inhabitable? Will he be able to live in the home without it being condemned with just $7,500?
So I do think that there's a lot of different concerns in the home, and I think this is going to address the immediate concerns for emergency personnel being able to get into the home. I think that there's going to need to be an action plan type list of other areas that need to be addressed, but Henry had expressed the most concern about the removal and replacement of the damaged floor near the door, and the low, like it's the subfloor essentially that's rotting out, and they want to reinforce that and replace that subflooring so that it's a safe situation. So I do think that there's going to need to be other things addressed, but I think that we can work out different items that he can address over time, possibly through the assistance of SMOC, Mass Save, and with critical home repair that would be able to assist him through the other steps for him to be able to remain in the home safely for as long as possible.
So I agree with some of the comments Marianne made on this. I just want to I have no problem with the 6,100. It's obvious that this is a critical repair. I'm fine if we allocate 7,500 for this project. I just want to make sure that if we do, that the house remains inhabitable, right? And we're not going to be spending $7,500 and it's going to be condemned anyway, or be in danger of it being condemned shortly thereafter we spent the money anyway. So how can we get assurances that this will be, money that not necessarily money well spent, but like money that is going to keeping him in his home longer term?
Completely understandable. I think that Henry because Henry has been taking point on this case. Special interest. He's kind of facilitating a lot of this with the resident himself, with our assistance. So he's bringing up the primary concerns on his end as the one that's best able to speak to the structural concerns. Maren, did you want to? I know that you've spoken with Henry too on this case. If you have more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Building Commissioner Henry Fontaine, he's the one that has the ability to condemn or not condemn a structure, and he's been working with the contractor on a scope of services for items that must be immediately addressed in order for him to not condemn it. And I think Amy outlined the longer term process for after this initial work is done, for the next steps for additional work to keep improving the structure. So Henry's goal is to not have to condemn the structure. So that's what he's working towards.
So to put words into your mouth here on this, if we spend this 6,200 or 70, even giving him 7,500, we believe that through Henry and other funding sources potentially that this will be a relatively, we'll call it a long-term solution for this resident. Or, I mean, it's not like if we spend this money, the house is in danger of being condemned in December, right? It's more of it is a longer term solution.
It is yeah, I agree. Thank you for those words. It is a longer term solution. And the words I used in the office earlier was, this will literally open the door to help other assistance become available. With emergency services, well, the safety issue will be overcome with emergency services able to safely access the structure. And then that also allows SMOC and Habitat, critical repair, and other services to join in.
So this is Angus. I have further questions, please. So given the severely constrained financial resources available, if this is repaired at this time, which nobody has any hesitation to make approvals for the repair, the pictures that Maren distributed are quite stark and shocking. So what's the plan for long-term solution? I know you talked about Habitat, but how soon can that get into place? Once this is taken care of, I'm sure there are lots of things that will come up that need to be addressed. This is just the first step. So what are the plans to continue ongoing repairs beyond 7,500 if we did give the 7,500 today?
So I feel that great questioning is, so this is, anytime a contractor is getting involved in one of these types of situations, I think just based on, homeowner experience, and I think we can all kind of understand this, there's going to be things that might get uncovered. And I think as we get, if there's we want to keep the resident in their home, there might be other things that need to be addressed, but there's like that ticket list of priority and like what needs to be done and what we would like to be done. And I think that once the contractors, they're going in there, they're getting a really good look at the home. They're not just going based off of those two photos. They're going in there and they're taking a look and they're seeing, and they can make their own assessment from that. But once they uncover more and that becomes apparent, then that's when we can start our bullet pointed list of what's more important, what we need to prioritize and work on with the consumer, with Habitat, to get these things all addressed so that he is remaining in a safe space. So it's really hard to know all of those ins and outs, but these are the concerns that are going to be immediately impacting him. And as we uncover more, it will create a list of things that we can work on in that with Habitat to say, okay, these other things still need to be done. And we need to make a list of things that we need to address priority wise. And that's what Habitat can help him with.
Okay.
Does that make
Now,
that well?
yeah, it does. You do make sense. Now, one final question. If he got 7,500 today, he's done for the year, right? Or for our annual year?
Based on our guidelines, he wouldn't be able to access funds from the grant again.
Okay, thank you.
Sue and Matthew, do you have any comments, questions?
I'm in favor.
I'm in
I
favor.
understand. I mean, I understand like the unknowns about trying to make sure that a house is habitable. Like who knows what's going to happen? But it does seem like everyone's working in good faith, and this isn't something that we're going to just chuck money at and then it's going to get condemned and torn down. So I vote that we. I mean, I would actually suggest we give them the full 7,500 because clearly there's a lot of work to be done.
Sue, I see you nodding. Any additional comments or questions? Looks
No.
like you're in agreement.
I'm in agreement with everybody.
Super. Do we have a motion to approve SGP 16 for
So-
75?
So moved.
For 7,500.
7,500, yes.
7,500.
I'll
Okay, do we have a
second.
second? Thank you, Matthew. Let's go around for approvals. So, Mark, you approve?
Yes.
Susan,
Yes.
Matthew,
Yes.
Angus,
Yes.
and Marianne is a yes. So, we have approved SGP 16, and I think we can all feel good about that we're helping this guy get to a place where his house is livable. No one should have to live in a home of those pictures we saw. So thank you, Amy, for bringing this to our attention, and Myron for your support and for working with with Henry also.
Mhm. Yep, I'll pass along a thank you to Henry because I know he's been working diligently on this one.
Please do. Yep.
Yeah. He had a lot of concerns, and he's taken a special interest in the case. So he's been.
And feels good to be part of the solution here. So big thanks to everyone. I think we can adjourn the meeting today. There's nothing else on the agenda. Anything else before we wrap up here, folks?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Meeting's adjourned. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday.